A year-end report on the big changes afoot in Washington, D.C.'s public schools. The NewsHour's special correspondent for education, John Marrow, has spent much of this year chronicling how new leaders in New Orleans and Washington are trying to fix their troubled school systems. Tonight, he wraps up the year in Washington, D.C.
For these teachers in Washington, D.C., the end of the year was bittersweet.
Transition time for us. Yes, indeed.
Their school, P.R. Harris, was closing for good. Principal Jeffrey Grant decided to treat the staff to an afternoon cruise on the Potomac.
Let's go out here and celebrate each other and find ways to come together, celebrate our successes.
It was a welcome break from what had been a stressful year for many.
Oh, today is a sad day for me. A very sad day. I've been in this building for 24 years.
P.R. Harris is just one of the 23 under-enrolled schools that Chancellor Michelle Rhee ordered closed during her first year in office.
We've made some really tough calls, and we've followed through on those calls, and that's, in some ways, has been unlike anything that people have seen before.
Many were surprised when Washington's new mayor, Adrian Fenty, hired Michelle Rhee to fix the city's ailing school system, which serves almost 50,000 students.
Rhee had never led a school district before, never even been a school principal. But over the course of her first year in office, the former teacher and nonprofit CEO moved at a breakneck pace, trying to make good on the mayor's charge to turn the schools around, whatever the cost.
The time for dramatic change begins today.
I'm like the rest of the average Joes out there. I'm tired of people talking about how bad the schools are. I want someone to fix the schools so that they're the best school system in the country.
Rhee kicked off the school year by meeting with each of the district's 156 principals. Most were asked to improve. A few were asked to leave.
No, I'm terminating your principalship now.
Rhee's next target was her own central office, notorious for bureaucratic blunders and financial mismanagement. She fired more than 15% of her employees, angering union leaders.
It is not reform, it is dictatorship.
So 6 weeks.
Sir, can I just finish?
But Rhee's most controversial move came just before the winter break.
I'm just making sure I understand what you're saying.
When she announced she would close the 23 chronically under-enrolled schools. Ongoing protests did not slow Rhee down. By the end of the school year, she had removed 36 principals, 22 assistant principals, and 121 employees in her central office. She also revealed plans to overhaul 27 additional schools that had failed to meet federal standards for academic improvement.
I'm proud of the fact that we have made some very difficult decisions that there was very vocal opposition to, that we stuck to our guns.
We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make this school system excellent, and to the extent we can allow her to do that, is free from outside obstacles as humanly possible, the faster she will move.
Last year, D.C. voted to dissolve the elected school board. Unlike her predecessors, Rhee reports to one person alone, the mayor.
Has he ever said no to you?
No. No.
Never.
Nope.
She has a lot of power that a lot of other superintendents don't have.
Michael Casserly has been studying urban school systems for over 30 years.
I think Michelle Rhee has had an awfully good first year. A first year for any superintendent is always a tough one.
What grade would you give Michelle Rhee?
I'd give her an A-.
Mayor Fenty would not give Rhee a grade, but he made it clear that he and the voters support her.
There's nowhere I can go in this city where people don't say, Fenty, we love what you're doing about the schools. We love your school's chancellor. You make sure you keep supporting her. That's what they say.
People are not happy. And it is because of this iron-fisted approach.
It wasn't hard to find a group of D.C. residents who are unhappy with Michelle Rhee. These parents, lawyers, and activists, including parent Iris Toyer, feel that Rhee isn't paying enough attention to the community.
She's been given the message that she answers to the mayor. And so She doesn't have to necessarily worry about what parents say.
Last November, parent Gabriela Savio testified in support of the new chancellor.
Let the chancellor do what she needs to do absolutely unstoppably and create the environment that all of our children absolutely deserve.
I said, finally, we have found someone who can really come in and just shake this system. Everybody's going to wake up and do great things.
And now, how do you feel now?
A few months down the line, I've become totally disillusioned.
Now, Savio says that Rhee is misusing her power, making decisions behind closed doors and disregarding community input.
She comes, she listens, but she doesn't change her mind.
I'm not running this district by consensus or by committee.
So it's not a democracy.
No, it's not a democracy. We're not going to make every decision within this district by taking a hand count.
Are you a benevolent dictator?
I am a benevolent dictator, maybe.
Dictator's okay?
If by dictator you mean somebody who, at the end of the day, is fully comfortable being held accountable for, the results, and is going to be incredibly decisive about the direction that we're heading in, then, yeah.